I understand.
Starting for the visiting Milwaukee Bucks. At shooting guard, Gary Trent Jr. At center, Brooke Lopez. At small forward, Kyle Kuzma. At the other guard position, Damian Lillard. At the other forward position, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The head coach of the visiting team is Doc Rivers.
And now, let's meet the starting five for your Houston Rockets. Starting at small forward, at 6'6" number 9, Dylan Brooks. Shooting guard, at 6'4", number 4, Jalen at 6'10", number 28, number 40, at 6'4", number 1, Alexander, number 1.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 slot. And for the Rockets, running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Sengun. And it's the great in at the point. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. There's Lopez with the 3. That shot is off. Driving inside. And the rejection by Giannis. Poke loose. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Trent outside. They set the screen. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Hands it from downtown.
You gotta be cognizant of where Kuzma is at all times. A really dependable shooter from the perimeter.
Here's the great. Here's Brooks. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Lillard outside. That 3 off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the Year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
Şengün with a screen on Lillard. Going inside.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
And one of the most prolific three-point marksmen in league history, Logo Lillard, has unlimited range.
Here's the great. Last game he had 34 points.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka talking about Damian Lillard. Coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be. Now we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Thompson's got 5 now.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
There's Lopez with the 3. Sinks the triple.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Thompson, a screen on Lillard. On the wing, Green. Fires from deep. Nailed from three-point land.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Trent outside. Kuzma outside.
2 minutes remaining.
Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's the great, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside, Antetokounmpo kicks it out to Lillard. Fires away from outside.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Smith checked in for Houston. Tari Eason comes in for Brooks. Lillard outside. Rockets with the rebound. The Greats got 5 rebounds tonight.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
59 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. In the corner, it's Eason. Off target from outside. Bucks trail by 10. Over to the left wing. Lillard scanning the floor. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but, man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
No good on that.
And I like the work Lillard's put into his defense the past few seasons. He made
For the Rockets, Dylan Brooks. He's checked in for Jabari Smith. Jalen Green comes in for Whitmore. And the Greats subbed in for Fred VanVleet. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Green. And Trent subbed in for Porter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position.
a shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and the dunk by Eason.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Lillard outside. Outside, Antetokounmpo.
2 minutes.
Got a piece of it.
2 minutes.
And the call will go against the great. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul here pretty early in this one. He's got to be careful for the rest of this half.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Houston. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Bobby Portis is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Portis sets the pick for Kuzma. 5 on the clock. The Great grabs the miss. The Great's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Hits it from three-point range.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now, here's Lillard. Not a lot of room. Pass to Lopez. Lillard with it. Shot to stop the run, and it's good on the way in. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Here's the Great. It's hauled in by Trent.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Man, that jumper on balance and on point. Lillard working over that medium range area.
Here's the Great, following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's the Great, covered by Lillard.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Here's Kuzma, and a miss there on the triple. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Rockets ahead, running away with it. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Joined by Doc Rivers. Coach, what did you think of the effort in the first half?
Well, the effort's fine, I guess. Defensively, we got to be better, so that's part of the effort. But they're just scoring too easy. They're throwing us around. They are so much more the physical team right now, so we got to pick up our physicality.
I'm sure that will be discussed thoroughly before the next half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Houston Rockets.
We knew they wanted a track meet, and man, they got it. What a pace they've set.
Very hard to beat them at their own game. They wear you out, and we've still got a whole other half to go. And right now, let's see who's jostling for Rookie of the Year.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember in 1993, you winning that award, Shaq, mainly because you should have won that championship that year, those darn Supersonics.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from the great.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's the great in at point guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Really left alone that time. Trent got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for look out!
Look out!
Okay, I see you.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Lopez passes to Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. Pass to Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Known for his scoring there. Lillard with a fantastic pass in that screen and roll.
Antetokounmpo on the double team. They kick it out to Green. Buries it from three-point range. Green's got 9.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something.
Timeout. This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Attention! On the floor right now is your lunch crew. Let's hear you make some noise. Attention, fans. Now on the floor is your pride. Get loud and let's hear it.
And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. The Rockets, number 1.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
Kuzma against Brooks. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brooks. Just 5 to shoot. Kuzma kicks to Lopez. And the 3 off target. Rockets leading by 20. Here's the great. He's got 20. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's the great. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. That's now 22 points for the great. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring them. I love every aspect of that.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Thompson, a screen on Lillard. Here's the great, covered by Lillard. Lillard comes with the double team. The great passes to Thompson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Porter's checked in. Pass to Trent. This one for 3, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
There's so little ego in Giannis's game. It's not about him out there. He wants to make the game easier for his teammates.
3-pointer. That one's no good. Takes him to 10 for 15 for the game. Trent kicks to Porter. Shot clock at 6. With the drive and finished off by Porter.
Mercy. Watch out. Kevin Porter Jr. coming through with a nasty deuce.
The great passes to Şengün. Thompson for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Thompson's got 8.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Here's the great. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. It's important to remember Damian Lillard was a 2-star prospect coming out of high school in Oakland. He says that the doubt I faced, what I found is I have true belief in myself. I poured a lot in and just continued to work. That's why when I struggle, I never waver because I know that I'm true to it. Eventually, I'm going to have my time. Kevin?
I think they call that Dame time. Hey, David, thank you. And he knocks down the first one. So for the Rockets, Smith checked in for Thompson. Tari Eason comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Whitmore in for Green. Good on the second free throw. And he makes all 3.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Rockets leading by 12. Jacks up a 3. Cranes the three-pointer. 25 points for the great.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Rockets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
And the first one drops. And the Bucks making a change here. Sims is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Bucks trail by 17. Lillard, right side. Got it. Good job in the low post. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
The great misses. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocks down the 3-ball. 30 points for the great.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
There's Lillard and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Alperen Şengün.
Yeah, you never want to foul Dame in the act. It's almost automatic.
So for the Rockets, Thompson, he's checked in for Tari Eason. Jalen Green comes in for Cam Whitmore. And the great subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, the great.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Trent, that's a two-pointer. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Houston leading by 14. Thompson passes to the great. And he jams it with authority.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Bucks have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Lillard attacking. The great grabs the miss. The great's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Trent with the double team. Pass to the great. 6 to shoot. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Trent outside to the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points here in the second half.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Houston.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the great.
Okay, I'm going to explain what he did here. It's called playmaking. Being someone that seeks out their teammates, making the extra pass.
Off target with the jump hook. Here's Milwaukee now. 19-point game. Softly drops in the floater. The great's got 42 in the game.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Unloads from 13 on the money.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that about wraps it up. And so for Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in to watch the NBA on 2K Sports. And now our player of the game, the great